Yo, people. Well, I'm live, hopefully. I'm checking out, and today my internet seemed to be a bit in a bad mood. But everything seemed to be alright. It's just how it looks a bit. For me, it looks like a bit blurry when I check out the stream. So yeah, you know what? Let's just cut the music here, and well, it is 1 minute over. So you know what? Let's just go to the game, shall we? I don't really have much else to say today. Hold on. What the heck am I to do? It is that. Hopefully that will be showing off. Does this show off? Oh, it does. Red? What do you mean by red? Apparently it said something about red. Why is my controller red? Anyway, okay. Sure. Okay, so I'm just making sure I can see everything all right. I'm just gonna... I just... boosted my voice mod so it actually has more sound coming into it, because I don't think it's fully the mic. Okay. What was I doing here? The moment I saw the crimson, I had a feeling that Matt was right. Wait, didn't I go here and save and yeah? Crap. It's a bit loud. Hold on here. It's a bit loud. Oh, there we go. I'm being better. Hold on. I'm just making sure so you can see everything that goes on. So that like a rocket we go up. There we go. Matt had to kill one no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button I. I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to. Well, let's do as we always do in this. We press and check what we can find out. So I'm just gonna do less with that. A bit less with that. If you think that my sound is off or something, just tell me. Like, just tell everything. Would you say that it was your intuition speaking to you? Don't use methods of reason with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need to rethink. But it's motive and opportunity to commit a crime, finally decisive evidence. If you think these three things through, oh, the answer becomes quite clear. God, you know I already know. Yeah, okay, yeah. Didn't May is yeah or suspect was pretty solid. Because to me it sounds a bit wishy-washy. You should know about this by now. You need strong decisive evidence to make her talk. Okay, so I'm gonna check through my evidence here and just see what everything is going through. Okay. Let it translucent. Make that out of proxy, that would be nice. Okay, the button. Okay, so let's just press. Let's just see if we can find something first, okay? Let's just see that everything works alright. I'm just gonna check my frames here. Like, the kilobytes are quite low, but the frames are okay. So there's no need to complain here for me. Okay. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event? That hotel for the conference? It's because that was when he could cause most damage to public beloved Matt and Guard. Okay, how? And you know of this plan, didn't you, Miss Evans? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the customer. But I'm sure Mr. Engard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he did not know about the press conference? Okay, so we need to find something there. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please. Okay. I know what his motive was, but I didn't have any way to prove. But I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Has Mr. Engard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Frida with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Engard, yet you still helped out. The person on trial now is Mr. Engard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant has had a motive to kill. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Engard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Engard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews said. I can't say the same for some people here in the courtroom, however. Nice try to dodge the bullet. I thought we're... You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. Fingerprints on the knife could very well be cleverly camouflaged. But then, what about the button? The button? Gleaned from the crime scene that the victim had his murderer fought. During the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Diamantina's custody. Oh, you're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's camera. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. I just heard someone else. Well, looks like we're outfoxed again. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept defeat. Look at me, actually. Look, the icy stare, yes? Wow, she is haunting us beyond the grave. Miss Anne, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to the testimony. And how do you know that? When I put the thread on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. So I heard. I've heard that before too. Why would Miss Andrews know about this down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared or not. I thought I had her do it this time for sure. Apparently not. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. Where and what? It feels like something here. But what exactly can we do? That is the question. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? So... Rip Pumpkin's costume. No, not a picture in the hallway. Hold on. Does something actually show us something here? Not really. Crime photo. I'm gonna. Ooh. I'm gonna press this one as well, just so I know something. What you really did stab the guy in the back. At the worst possible time. So to say she's really stabbed the guy in the back. This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Guard at the time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? The same reason why Mr. Corrida planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Guard as much damage as possible as she could. This witness bear ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright whack philosophical power hour. Please stop slandering the witness. Okay, so now we need evidence. Crimes another field of math was murder. Know that. Okay, we have a look on this. I just wanted to check them. Oh, hi by the way. Welcome to my little stream. Right now I need to find some evidence for something here. They didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Yes, that is true. That is definitely true. That button was torn off one during his fight with Matt. I think it's this thing. I just don't really know what it can be. It must be that with that. The button was torn off one during his fight with Matt. No, wait, hold on. It cannot be that, because if we take this, strangled with scarf, then stabbed with knife. And the only reason there is blood on this thing is because he stabbed. But that was after he was... this might be wrong, and because I don't want to press everything again, I'm just gonna save. Okay, so I'm gonna use the button, because it might not be the button, but I might have the right idea. It's not the button. I am glad I saved. It happened very often in this game, I have to save, and I am glad I did that. Whew, okay. Yeah, often when I play this game, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm mostly just hanging on a thread, and that's not even a joke. I have one chance to prove something here. There we have it. It was an autopsy report. Autopsy report. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by scarf. Strangulation? Knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it. Oh, hi, Turtle Girl. Well, I'm doing fine. Started streaming for about 15 minutes ago. Not much has happened, actually. I've just pressed this Miss Andrews a bit. And now I managed to find that she either said that she believed something, or she lied about something, but apparently said something that the button was torn off under the fight. But it is bloody, and that's because he was stabbed, but it was stabbed after he was dead. So that means it was not during the fight, it was after. But yeah, I'm doing fine. Today I have mostly been trying to work with my game a bit, doing some textures and some 3D models. Oop, it goes kinda alright. I'm not the best at trying to do textures, so it goes a bit back and forth. Managed to do I don't know, an iron torch with a bit of fire particles from it. Kind of nice looking, to be honest. They're like the lantern itself, the torch itself doesn't really look like a high quality thing, mostly because it's gonna be from far away when you play the game. But I kinda like it anyway. Okay, so which means that it was ripped off a costume when after the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, as she said it might have been, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. And she's nervous. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. It was ripped off after. This button was consciously pulled off in the victim's already dead body. Which is... should tell some... Each time they just interrupt something, I just go, ooh. What's the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Edward. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? You know that this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? In the crime, that's the only logical reason. It actually is the only logical reason. Because if you wanted to keep that as a souvenir, you probably will go to jail. There's only one logical, yeah. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Engard. There is no way anyone would put a blooded button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. Engard was set up. By the real killer, of course. He's standing quite sassy, to be honest, especially when you watch it from backside. And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? That's just the thing. The only one we can think of is Miss Andrews, because we have reason for it. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Well, I personally don't let my guard down, but he apparently does. So, not present profile. Where is he? No, not he. She. There we have her. There we go. Yep, that was the right one. Yeah, but at the same time, how was your day been then, Turtle Girl? I don't know why. I just answer questions and then I go back to the game. But actually, how your day been, or more or less how your weekend been? Because I've not been streaming since Saturday, so it's about 2 days from today. 3 days if you count today, because it's actually evening now. Hopefully you have had a good weekend. I choose you. You're in the wrong game here. We're streaming Pokemon on Saturdays. Okay. Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Evidence? All the evidence point to Miss Andrews. How prosperous. You can't stick any of that at me. Can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion into Mr. Mr. Engard's nephew. Yeah, I know it's Tuesday, but if we think from Saturday, this has been a like for me the weeks are kind of slow because nothing has really happened. The only thing I do here is either trying to make a game, doing some stuff on Twitter, see if I can grow this little channel of mine, and look for work. Right now, the work thing is very, very slow, which is a bit. The only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Wow, like just because most of my family actually, with exception for me only, actually have glasses. Damn, that must be expensive. It happened about 3 or 4 times already. Woo. What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? Didn't we just say that? This button was removed from the victim's body after it already died. The only people who done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Engard was the real killer, there is no way he could have put such incriminating evidence in his own hacker. There we go again. Wow, how much money do we even spend on just glasses? The person who went to wake up the snap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. Okay, I understand that she is putting the costume off, but in a very weird way, it looks like she's stripping off the costume. Okay, we have to just go away from that and continue with the game. Now, who had known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. True, you did say that. That person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. She's going to break. Oh. Oh. I think my dog wants to get in here right now. I'm just gonna open for it. I just know how he just scratched on the door. I open. He just checks in and like, okay, you're all right. I've heard from you now, and like, oh, then I can go back. Yeah. My mother and father are always wearing glasses. Yes. It's only my sister who wears it mostly when she is. I think it's either when she's using her computer or when she's reading. It's something like that. So she doesn't wear it all the time. But this woman at least is about to crumble. Crumble like a cookie. But Miss Adrian's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right. Not gloves, but a costume. Because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. To avoid leaving any prints, use a towel or something else to open. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Adrian purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, it was the classic day's discovery of a dead body. There it goes again! And to top it all off, this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No responsible person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Engard. It would have been much too short for his own costume if that was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, wait, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? No, it's just a world that is too big. What does it say? What did they say? No, it's just the world that is big. I think it was just something like the world. It's not me who is short. It's just the world who is that is big. I was playing a. If you don't know what the Zero Escape games are, I have a trilogy. I have not fully uploaded every single one. The first game on the channel, but I have streamed the first game. I still have the second and third. But the creator made a game called AI, Insomnium Files. And I just loved the commentary there because there was this a bit shorter guy. And when he just commented something like that, he just said like, I'm not short, it's just a world that is big. And I just love that each time now when someone just comments about being short, I just think like, oh, okay, the world is big. And you might just take it a bit easy because she's about to crumble. I don't know if it's a good crumble or a bad crumble, because sometimes you can leave a lot of crumbles around. Yeah, you got her this time. The question is, how much did you get to her? Miss Andrews. Okay, she refused to testify. Okay, that's something. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, yes, you're absolutely correct. Didn't we have something about that in the first game? Like, he could not give a testimony because he didn't need to, but that would just give him the looks of being the real killer. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness not to testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. I think... Yeah, I think we have done this in the first game. It was in the extra episode, I believe, with the police chief. He didn't want really to testify, so we just left. And like, you know you will be looking like a killer. Well, I don't testify really, so... Okay, I think this is what... Think hard about what we just discussed. I think... Understood. Alright. I guess the fifth law, what it was called? That's... Francisca planted this idea for her family. He must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. Apparently, no? It's a good job proving everything at this point. But there is still one thing you haven't done. And that is doing something without testifying. Well, he is happy. What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence. Wait, it was Edgewood who gave us this suicide thing. I don't think he's happy, he's just reminding us. What is so humorous, Mr. Edgewood? I'm sure you realize this as well, but everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Okay, and you mean by... Ah, right, because we don't have a motive of why she would do that. Yes, circumstantial. We have yet to prove a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did, in fact, harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurida. Yeah, and we actually have that idea because we have the evidence thing. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Kurida? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Yeah, it has happened before. Now I remember. This is exactly the same that happened before. Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. I don't know why. Hold on. shit. Wait, oh, it's... I just did something with the core back there and just everything just turned black. This is actually true, but it sounds way worse when when she says it like that. That just because she's silent, it doesn't tell which crime. It's just like, ooh, somehow we landed in the worst possible situation. Oh no, shit! I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully sustained with solid definitive proof. In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial, oh yeah, that's the tomorrow thing, we don't like to have a tomorrow. Because technically there is no tomorrow. That is bad. Yeah, I know. Please wait, Your Honor, that's not necessary. Trial, please continue with the trial. What are you sweating? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't it? Yeah, he is, but someone is not. That's not it. That isn't about that. Edward, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get a verdict, then Maya... Oh yeah, he reacts on this. But it is impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgewood, what are you? It's true that Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she might be guilty of, she has no right to withhold testimony. Oh, wait. No, I don't have a new microphone. Does it sound like it might be because I'm gonna see here. Because before I used to have this down here, and as you probably can hear, it's much more silent. This now it is on 100%. I just noticed that when I used Streamlabs, I had to more or less scream. I thought it would used to be the microphone first. But I checked actually my voice mod, where I'm actually doing all the stuff on, and saw that the volume on my input device was actually on 80%. Now it is on 100, and that actually makes things better. I'm not even using the full on my streaming software here. It's actually on 80 here or something. And that might be why it sounds a bit different. Because this microphone, I have been having this since October perhaps? I don't really know exactly, but I'm at least saying a month from at least last year. I know it's from last year. That's I'm certain of. And I'm really liking this one. It's a very nice microphone. I'm gonna show you something here. As you can hear me, it sounds very good anyway. Hopefully. But if I do this, I'm gonna show you. If I do it behind the mic, nothing is really going in. And I really like that because apparently this mic is only towards me right now. Anything behind the microphone is just silent. Yeah, as I said, it used to be much more quieter because I just topped up on voice mod. I just noticed that right now. I just thought I having this on full on Streamlabs. I'm just is it really the microphone that is so bad? So I just checked on voice mod and it wasn't 80%. So I just topped it up to 100 and now it's much better. Be careful right now. It might be very loud right now because I will show you what I had for volume on my Streamlabs and I had 80 on voice mod. So now I talk in the same height, and you can hear how much it is. Now it is top on both programs. So yeah, it's actually the voice mod thing I just topped up upon, and now it seems to work actually much better. Like, I don't really have to scream out loud each time I talk. Okay, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrew. Ooh, she does not like this. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. That is so true. Yeah, I love this microphone. Like, I know that people perhaps use a sort of brand that is known or something, but I use this. It is a Nikabe microphone. And I've also learned where I'm actually supposed to talk to, because this little input cord has this little lock on it. And if the lock is towards my face, then the microphone is as well. So yeah, I like this microphone. It's a nice microphone. It's very silent. Like, if my parents are doing something out there, nothing like goes in. As long as it's pointed towards me, it is just brilliant. So my action were unusual. But I've already. Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your action, I would like you to testify that to that effect. Ah, because now we're not talking about the murder, we're talking about the juice bottle. Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever she finds out, whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. True, so true, people. Oh, right. What I understand, he's both right now. He doesn't want to win, but he doesn't want to lose. Like, it's a lose and lose. If he loses, then yes. It's more that he wants the real thing to be done. The court acknowledged the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. Yeah, because he did say that she must testify on other matters, but she doesn't need to testify on that matter. Okay. The glass of juice. I didn't really pour it myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that state. One, he was sitting slumped over tiredly in the corner. I saw him sitting like that. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted. So I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked over the flower vase. The flower vase over. A bit of that was good to drink. So you pour that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Miss, you're in a court. Everything is meaningful, even if it is trivial. I can't find anything wrong with this testimony. Yeah, I know that. Now, then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I'm trying to think of something. I don't think I've ever heard myself as the judge. I have to listen to that sometimes, because there, like, well, I have not seen that video, but I have seen a title of a video that why people doesn't like their own voice. But that's just the thing. I hear myself in one way, and you hear me in another way, more or less the true way. So when I hear myself as a judge, I think like, oh, that's how I sound. But now when I think of it, how the heck do I sound as the judge? I have to check that out. Okay, so let's just start with pressing. I'm gonna press some juice out of her. And, well, I think truth juice at least. Wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then, who did you pour it for? Is it right? There is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, right, be quiet and listen. Precisely, I couldn't have said it better myself. Which messy state? Do you mean everything knocked down, or do you mean the... Because she said she just poured out the flower vase. So, what was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Green? I understand your frustration at not being able to prove your theory, however. Where go accusing people of crime? Go find yourself some evidence. I'm just pressing here. And then, what did you see next? Slumped over. Yes, he was sitting there with his head tilted forward, his toes. It really looked like he was sleeping. Did that sound odd? Wait, why does that sound? I have to check. Okay, the only thing I can see that is odd is a giant ass knife stabbed into the chest. That's the only thing. Let's press everything else and then use the knife on that part. Okay, so... And what did cross your mind? Thought that maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. I don't know why I say Prix. Grand Prix. It's just something I want to actually pronounce X. He then felt tired after his Grand Prix, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all? She said sleeping, and now she says fainted. You thought he fainted? I thought it was sleep first, and the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. That was when you poured a glass of juice. Yes. He always had a hard time. He always has a hard time. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? And I realized that he was... Oh, right. This is... It feels like I want my pad over here, because mostly when it's just things like that, it's either someone that is online on Twitch, or it's someone that just comments something on Twitter. I don't know which one though. How did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but never got a response. I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. Shocked, I staggered backwards, knocked the flower vase over. So that's what. I almost wanted to use the judge voice there. I don't know why. This is what it all comes down to. This is the absolute end for both sides. Adrian is letting the door down. Yeah, I know, because there are so many holes here. I just... many and many. Like, for first of all, I just need to check his pulse. Yeah, there is... It's not right, like there is a knife right in his chest. That's the thing. She doesn't want to incriminate herself about killing him. So if he already was dead when she came in there, what about the knife? So yeah. I'm gonna use this one, that's the only one I can think of. Nope, I was wrong. God dang it. God dang it! That's bad. The only thing I can think of is like, he said there was something odd with that. The only thing I can think of is the knife. Because, yes, she does not testify about her murdering him, but if she has not murdered him, that means the knife would still be there. This was the one that was odd. Sitting there with his head tilted over. Oh, wait, hold on. It might be the wrong thing I just gave. Because we do this. No, not this one. Hold on. There we have it. Ah, shit. Okay, so that's just the thing. What am I going like? He says that's odd, and I understand that probably what he means, because just looking at the picture.